Hello, friends. Welcome to Level Up with Debbie Neal. I am your host. There is nowhere I would rather be than right here, right now with you. This podcast is all about leveling up in all aspects of our lives. Thank you for being here. I am so grateful. I'm excited to be on this journey with you. Together, we are leveling up. You ready? Hello, friends. I hope you're amazing. I'm extra amazing today because drop day for this episode is Memorial Day. Now, there's obviously deep meaning in the United States of America for Memorial Day for people who have made ultimate sacrifices, but that's not what I'm touching on today, even though God bless all of them. Memorial Day for me is when I started my business 19 years ago that weekend. So the topic of today's podcast is how to build for your big corporate event that's coming up. But I kind of want to share my story a little bit because if you're listening to this on drop day, it's Memorial Day. So I'm sorry, not so sorry, but I really love stories. And I really want to talk about where my life was 19 years ago. And I want you to realize what you have the potential to create this year. And so it's Memorial Day weekend, very small because this is not the topic of today's podcast, but I always want to leave you with a vision of dreaming and dreaming big and removing yourself from the norm and believing that anything is possible. And so I'm in an industry, like many industries, where there's absolutely no guarantees for income. Okay. So no matter what company you're with, we always refer people to our earnings statement. And if you can go to any earnings statement to see what's average and see what's typical. But I want you to also know what is absolutely possible in this business. And so it was Memorial Day weekend, 2006. I was out of corporate America. I was a stay-at-home mom. I was home for 5 years. I loved being a stay-at-home mom for 2 of the years. And I shouldn't say just 2. I loved being a stay-at-home mom, but I was praying for more in my life, more time, more money, more choices, more growth, more community, just more opportunities to travel. And I just started journaling and praying to God for I don't know what, those things, but I didn't know the vehicle. And somebody shared this business opportunity with me at a backyard barbecue Memorial Day weekend. And you guys, I went from going to the backyard barbecue just with hope and a vision for my life and leaving with a plan. And I started my business on May 30th. So I know Memorial Day changes every year, but it was basically 2 days after I was at this barbecue. And I grew a tremendous amount by year end. A tremendous amount, an amount that it takes some people decades to do. And I don't share this with you to impress you, but to impress upon you. I saw what was typical. I saw what was average. And I was like, this business model is brilliant. This company is amazing. It's the perfect storm. And my why is big and my vision is big. And I'm going to take this seriously. I'm not going to give it a whirl. I'm not going to give it a try. I'm going to give it everything I have. And everything I have didn't mean that I did it 24 hours a day, but it meant when I did it with intention. I did it with focus. I did it with professionalism. I didn't let negativity get in my head. I didn't let rejection get in my heart. I stayed the course no matter what came my way. And I look back 19 years and I am so grateful. I am so grateful for my yes. I'm so grateful for my team. I'm so grateful for my company. I'm so grateful for this entire profession that allows ordinary people to do extraordinary things. But I want to let you know something, friends. If you want extraordinary, you have to choose to be extraordinary. If you want a big business, you have to be big. If you want a bold business, you have to be bold. If you want to build a team that you become the leader that has influence and vision and courage, you need to be that person. You need to commit to that growth. You need to do what it takes. You need to dig your heels in. You need to work when you don't feel like it. You need to get up after you set a goal and you don't achieve it. I want you to allow this business that you're building to allow you to dream. But dream, but work for that dream, have grit for that dream. And I want you to realize, people say all the time, oh my gosh, you're still building, or oh my gosh, this business is not easy. No, it is not easy. but nothing in life rewarding is easy. And everything is an exchange. People say all the time, oh my gosh, you're still building. Oh my gosh, you're still working. Of course I'm still building. This is what I do for a living. I'm 53 years old and I'm actually in love and obsessed with what I do for a living. So of course I'm still doing it. And when you're doing it, you're gaining confidence, you're gaining vision, you're gaining belief, you're growing community. Will people come and go? Yes. Will people say they're going to join and change their mind? Yes. Will there be so many obstacles in your way from time to time? Yes. Will there be that choice of building the business or like not doing it because you don't have a boss and nobody's forcing you to do it? Yes. But I look back and I think, gosh, what if I was working for somebody? What if I was commuting? What if I was told what I was worth? What if I had to ask for 2 weeks off vacation? Like those are non-negotiables for me. And because those are non-negotiables in my life, then I'm willing to work through all of the other stuff that I have to do. So 19 years, I'm so grateful to be here. I'm so grateful to be in this industry. And I pray you realize what you have the ability to create this year. But I'm going to tell you this, don't wait for it to happen. You need to be that. People don't just want to join a company. They want to join you. Why you? Why you? Where are you going? Are you constantly casting your vision? Are you positive? Do you light up a room when you walk in? Is your calendar packed? Here's something that I heard not too long ago, and it really resonated with me. If people were following you around, like your team, if you have a team, if they were following you around, would they be inspired by what you're doing? Would you be showing everybody how excited you are to lead them to the top? Or are you kind of living like a la-di-da type of a life? So, we're almost halfway through 2025. This business is huge, but I want you to commit to being huge. So, okay, what are we talking about today? Let's shift gears for a moment. I was making that about me, but I'm so sentimental about my story. I'm so sentimental about my start date, and I pray that you are as well. Okay, so let's talk today about how to truly utilize conferences, your annual conference, to grow your business. And I want to talk about two things. I've talked about them many times in this podcast, but we always have new listeners, and I always love repetition because repetition kind of gets in our mind. So I started my business May 30th. Our annual conference was coming up that April. So I was going to be in my business 11 months, but we're actually having a mini. Our mini was 5,000 people. It was in September, and I started my business. I immediately registered. I immediately bought an airline ticket. Not because I had success already, but because I expected success. And if you expect success, then show up. Show up. And so I went to that conference. I was already at the third level because, okay, see the earnings statement, but I was at that level because I was in massive activity. I was sharing the business. I was sharing the products. I was sharing my vision. I was building a team. I was building a customer base. I was all over this, right on rice. And I went to that conference. And honestly, you would think based on my results, I got the power of this business, and I did. But when I went to that event, with a team, there was about 8 people because everybody that joined, I was like, you need to come, you need to come, you need to come, you need to come. Maybe there was 12 of us. I don't even know. And so I went to that event and I was like, oh my word. This is so much bigger. I'm so grateful I'm here with a team. I'm calling every single person I know. I want them in my living room. They need to do this business with me. And I came back and we grew to the top of my company. And then at 11 months in, I went to the annual conference. And there was 18,000 people in a sold out arena. And again, I thought my vision was really big because our goal is to just be constantly and consistently growing our vision. So I thought I had this amazing vision. I had all of these ribbons because of all these incredible things myself and my team had accomplished in the 11 months that I was in the business. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much bigger than me. It's so much bigger than I even dreamed about. I need to get to work. I need to sometimes we think the top of a company is the goal. The top of a company is really just the beginning because we could all have the same title, but then you could just build and build and build and build and build. And so obviously your sales are different, your earnings are different and everything. So my vision was just 100-fold. And again, I called every single person I knew and I was like, you need to come over. You need to hear about this. And I wasn't even taking no for an answer. If you want to be a no after you're done listening to me, fine. But you and your family deserve to hear this. So I want you to understand this. These events, if your company's putting on a corporate event, there's so much more than a social event. Now, don't get me wrong. I love to be social, right? I love it. It's such a great way for teams to come together, the company to come together. It's a chance to be with your team, build community, have fun. But Is this a business to you? Now, some people will be like, I don't know, like I sell some product. It's like a fun thing I do. I want to make a little bit of money. And the conference is just a great getaway and fun. That's fine. Because that's what I love about this business. Like whatever you're looking for, you can create that, right? But do you want what's average or do you want to create what's possible? And you always have that choice because that can change from day to day. But this is what I want you to know. Leaders prepare. They prepare for these events. Business owners prepare. Leaders on a mission prepare. So I really love conferences. I love everything about them. I love the memories. I love the growth. I love the laughs. There's always some tears, right? Some tears, but there's so much more than that. It's a life-changing event if you allow it to change your life. And it's hosted by your company, right? So I'm having one coming up hosted by my company. And this gives me the opportunity to take my vision, my belief, and my business to the next level. I'm at that conference to level up. So let's talk about how to take yourself and your business to the next level prior to your conference. Now you might be saying, well, prior, like it's going to happen at the conference. Friends, like again, time is such a precious commodity. Like you can build up to it, build the momentum, build the energy, build the team, like build your mindset. And you could be walking into that conference a completely different level as a leader. So let's go over some things. Number one, hype it up. Hype your conference up. Talk about it to everyone on your team, like how excited you are, what you're going to do there, what you're going to wear, what you're going to learn, all of these things. You are the leader, and leaders are the ones that place the value on an event. If your team goes or if they don't go, I mean, I shouldn't say it's because of you, because you can't control us. I have many people on my team that are not going to the conference. That's fine. It's their choice. But I am always going to cast the value for the event very, very big. And what they do with it, it's ultimately their choice. They are a business owner. So average, but average. We never want to be average, okay? But average, wait to see like what level of success their business will be. And then they're going to decide if they're going to go to the conference. Like, if this works, I'll go. If it doesn't, I'm not. It does not work that way. So you've all heard this phrase, be, do, have. If you want to have everything this business has the potential to offer, you need to be that leader. This is what somebody told me very early on in my business, right? And there's what I love about our industry is there's really no glass ceiling for income. But a lot of people were just, especially at the beginning, using $10,000 as a benchmark. They were like, not everybody in that arena is making $10,000 or more a month. But everybody who's making that is in that arena. Meaning, if you want to be a leader that's earning significant income, you need to be that person, like show up, then do the work. Then you have the opportunity to have. So register for that conference as soon as possible. And now I know for us, registration's still open, but it's in like a very short couple of weeks. So you could be listening to this at any point, but register as soon as possible. The day our conference comes out is the day that I registered. Now, whether I did it that day or the next month or 2 months later, people might be thinking, well, like, what's the difference? We know you're going. No, there's a thing about urgency. It's the same thing when you wake up in the morning, make your bed. Sometimes people are like, well, I can make it, 3 hours later, or why make it? I'm getting in my bed. It's like when you start something with urgency, it kind of creates and sets the tone. So register as soon as possible. Share your registration with your team. Share your excitement with your team. Will everyone go? Of course not. But you are the constant. That means even if you're going alone, go alone. Like people are like, I don't have a team, so I'm not going. Well, babe, dude, I don't know what to tell you. You're never going to have a team if you have that mindset. You need to like go. And sometimes there's a reason we don't have a team. Maybe we're at the beginning of our journey. Maybe we haven't asked. Maybe we haven't decided that we want one yet. Or maybe we want one, but we are not showing up like a leader with influence, a consistent leader with big fiery vision that people want to join. Let's be honest. They're not just joining your company. They're not just joining because they have good products. They're joining you. Can people rely on you? Are you coaching to win? Are you playing to win? Are you showing up to win? Are you big? Are you bold? Are you like letting the world know you're on a mission? So if that means you're going alone, go alone. Because this is one of the things I always say, like you either you either need the event or the event needs you. And a lot of times it's both, but you want to go there to really spend some time, create that vision, decide what you want out of this business. And if it's something significant, it should not be an option. And leaders go first. You have to be willing to blaze a trail, set your standard, and do what you want duplicated on your team. When we were young, we used to dream of being anything: an astronaut, the president, a prince, princess. But as you get older, your dreams change, focusing less on running the world and more on how you can take your skills and ideas and turn them into something real. Instead of dreaming of going to space or owning a castle, maybe you start dreaming of owning your own business. You'll need a website, a payment plan, a logo, and a way to advertise to new customers. It can all be overwhelming and confusing, but thankfully, that is where today's sponsor, Shopify, comes in. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started. What if people haven't heard about my brand? Shopify helps you find your customers with easy to run email and social media campaigns. And what if I get stuck? Shopify's always around to share advice with their award-winning 24/7 customer service. Turn those dreams into and give them the best shot at success with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and get selling today at shopify.com/level up. Go to shopify.com/level up. Shopify.com/level up. Okay. Number 2, build as much as you possibly can prior to the event. So I just want to cast the vision for you for exponential growth. Like if you're a team of one, okay, and we just said that if you're a team of one, go to the event anyway, and you go and you get all inspired, right? All these new products launch and you're so excited and it's good. It's good. That's good. But what if you got into activity today? What if you built a team or expanded your team by 5 or by 10 or by 50? And some people are like, by 50? Well, if you already have 10 people on a team and everybody, brings in 5 new team members, 50 can happen. I don't want to say easily, but if people are out there working, right? But you have to think beyond yourself. But that's how you go from growth to exponential growth, is if you share the products, share the business, invite new people to take a look, ask people to join your team, and have your team start multiplying. Friends, that's the power of network marketing. It is the most brilliant business model on the planet. So when we talk about build, this is what I'm covering: enrolling new people, sponsoring new, right? New team members, new customers. That's growing your customer base, right? Every time you get new customers, you're growing your customer base. Every time you add a new team member to your team, you're growing your customer base, because now they're also going to have a customer base, which is also part of your team, right? Then new products come out, and it's your customers that are so excited to try these products, plus your team's customers, right? And as the vision at these events is casted, right, you're not only catching the vision, but now you have a team that's, catching the vision. So focus on new. What are you going to do new and different to grow your business between now and the conference, and teach your team to do the exact same? Push yourself to the next level. This business, to do something extraordinary, it doesn't happen in our comfort zone. A comfort zone is a danger zone, right? And so really think about it. What is it going to be to push yourself to that next level? Maybe it's a sales growth number. Maybe it's a certain bonus you're going to earn. Maybe it's going halfway to the next level. But no matter what it is for you, it's changing your energy. Growth changes your energy, right? And I always want to coach you out of the waiting mentality. So average people wait. They're going to wait for the conference. I could coast from now to the conference. Let me decide what I'm wearing. Let me decide where I'm eating. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm going to have to decide what I'm wearing. I'm going to decide what I'm eating. I love to eat and I love to get clothes, but like preparing. So the average people are waiting for the conference. They're waiting for the next ACE. They're waiting for somebody else to go first. They're going to wait to see what products are coming. Leaders on a mission don't wait. Friends, we say this all the time. The road to average is so crowded. I want to give you permission to be a high achiever. It makes you a leader that people want to join. So we are talking no next month. No next month. I want you to visualize what you can create prior to the event, because the energy that you end the month with is the energy that you start the month with. When we're laying flat on the side of the road, you're not just going to get up June 1 and start running, but when you're creating this snowball of momentum and fun and activity and sales and new team members and promotions and all of these things, you're barreling into the following month. Okay. Number 3, before you leave, okay, before the conference comes, already have a packed calendar for when you return, right? Ask people now to host events when you get back. Ask people now if you could, share all the new products and everything you're learning when you come back. This way, when you come back with your new level of vision, your new level of fire, you are immediately in front of people sharing the new products, the new vision, and your excitement. Have an event on your calendar at your home when you get back. Treat it like a brand new business launch. Don't wait until you're home to book. Friends, these are the things that separate the good from the great. If you want to be different, then be different. So many people in life today are so low vibe. They're so ho-hum. They're so low energy. People are waiting for a conference to get motivated. And that doesn't work, because just motivation wears off like a bath. The average person will go to a conference, and if you're not fully ready to be inspired, prepared to have an amazing event, and committed to taking your business to the next level, you'll be home after 24, 48 hours, and that motivation wears off. I want you to be obsessed, to be inspired, and inspiration comes from within. Be on a mission to come back to a full calendar. Okay, so number 4, let's talk about at the conference. At the conference, I want you to just have like your rolling 100-person list. I don't care if that's in your phone. I don't care if you're old school and it's a pen and paper that you're keeping a notebook. And you should always have a 100-person list, like just memory joggers, right? I teach people when you first start your business, make a 100-person list, because we all think like we know 10 or 20 people. You know hundreds of people. Like, who are your friends? Who are your family? Who are your neighbors? Maybe there's friends of your kids, people you went to college with, people you went to high school with, just people you know. And so when you have that list, names are going to come to you when it's a focus to be continually adding people to this list. What we focus on expands. So when you have an abundant mindset of like, there's plenty of people, I'm always adding, I'm in an addition mode, that abundant mindset is rewarded, but scarcity is also rewarded. And you know what it's rewarded with? More scarcity. It's your lucky day, more scarcity. Okay. So as you think of people, reach out. When we have that excited energy, especially at a conference, that's the best time to reach out. As you're listening to trainings, like, who comes to mind? Reach out. As you see people walking the stage for promotions or awards, who comes to your mind? Reach out. Who do you want to build your business with? Reach out to them and let them know. Who do you want to travel with? Who do you want to be at the conference with next year? Reach out and let them know. Who's on your chicken list that you know can dominate this business, but you've been afraid to reach out because they may say no, or because in your mind you aren't where you want to be yet in your business. I'm saying this with love. Get over yourself and reach out and ask them to take a look. Be fully present when you're at the conference, fully present. And so, like the first thing that comes to mind is it's not the time to party. Now, there are some people that will go to a conference and actually go out so late the night before that they can't wake up for the conference the next day. I'm not here to judge. Everybody's an adult. You do what you want. But I'm going to tell you this, you will not find a top earner behaving that way. And they probably behaved that way from the minute they got serious about their business. Some people go there and they're partying. I don't. Now, to me, the whole thing's a party. We have VP events. We have a themed night. We have all these things. And to me, that's a party. The whole thing is a party. But I'm not going out to all hours of the night because, first of all, when the event's over, I go to bed. You guys, I'm one of those people that I'm like a lot of fun till something's over. And then I'm like, 10 o'clock, squirrel. I got to go to bed. I got to have my tea. I got to go to bed. I want you to be at every single training. I want you to show up early. If the doors open at 9, be there early. Don't be strolling in at 9:45. Remember, how you do anything is how you do everything. Stay till the very last word of the very last trainer. If you have awards, like we have awards at ours, and people walk the stage. First of all, you see all these amazing like dresses or suits or whatever the case may be. And you know what an average mindset is? I'm not getting an award. I don't need to be there. Friends, do you want an award? Sit your butt in that chair. Get inspired by the awards. Visualize yourself up on that stage. I love when people be like, we used to have sometimes the awards on like the last night so people could technically like fly home. That's vision. Like, who goes home? And I'm sorry, I'm not here to judge. I'm here to teach you how to level up. If you're going to do something, do it right. Stay for every single thing. Cheer people on because you're going to be that one that, do you have a vision for walking the stage? Do you have a vision for whatever award or promotion that is? See yourself up there. Like, take a picture of somebody and replace their head with your head. And be that person that cheers other people on and be committed to walking that stage. Take it all in. Allow yourself to change. Create a new vision for your life, a new vision for your business, a new vision for your level of success. Allow the conference to challenge you. If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. Commit to coming back with a bigger level of success, a new title, a new level. The goal is to continue to level up. I'm heading to my conference in a few weeks and my heart is so full. It's a refuel. It's a refocus. It's an opportunity for a bigger vision. So happy Memorial Day, friends. Happy 19 years to me in this industry and in my company. And here's what I know for every single one of us. The very best is yet to come. Prepare for it, friends. Plan for success. Because when we fail to plan, we plan to fail. Success is about being intentional. Be intentional about how you end this month. Be intentional about how you start the next month. Be crystal clear on how you want to end your year. You are the one creating your success. You are also the one holding yourself back from your success. I believe in you. Thank you for being here. I love you, friends.